Welcome back to the 125 shootout in Las Vegas, Nevada. Out in front, it's Kevin Windham and Ricky Carmichael as we take a look at our Suzuki Field summary. David Pingree a surprise as he's had a miserable season. He's trying for a positive point before the season ends. Scott Sheik after Pingree, and there is the battle right now. Sheik, number 29.
It's a great battle for fourth. All these guys stealing each other's lines.
Dowd and Decker.
Look at Dowd muscling down the inside, takes the line away. Surprised he didn't go for the inside berm right there, but he had Sheik's front tire just beside him. He knew Sheik couldn't cut back to the inside, so went to the outside to get a good run at the finish line, John.
Let's get Wyndham's mechanics perspective with Davey Coombs.
Allie has some aggressive riding up there, but looks like Kevin's answering every question Carmichael's got for him.
Yeah, I couldn't really see what happened, so I really don't know. I just saw him hit right here. I don't know what happened.
Are you surprised that Carmichael would ride aggressively today at the Nationals and everything?
No, a race is a race, and I imagine each guy wants to win, so we'll see.
Let you get back to work.
Well, as I was saying before,
it really is, David. Look at this.
Yeah, Windham, like I said, he just looked a little bit more comfortable all day, and you can tell by his riding, it just looks effortless, where Ricky is digging deep. He's taking chances, and it looks like he's starting to settle into a pace that he's comfortable with, but it's just not quite as fast as Kevin's.
With 11 125 wins and 2 consecutive 125 Western titles. He got the monkey off his back early, winning his first 250 this year at Charlotte. How relaxing does that got to be going into next season?
I was actually a little surprised that he didn't do a lot better sooner. You know, he had a couple of 10s, maybe a 6th, if I remember right, but that win didn't really surprise me. I was very impressed with his ability on the 250, and next season I don't think it's going to be a learning year for him. He's going to be right there.
Yeah, number 1 in the West right there. The first ever active 125 rider to win a 250 main event. Hughes had it close one time with a 2nd the year before, but this is the first one to do it. A Honda stopwatch now as Windham goes by a lapper. And look at the lead he has drawn on Ricky Carmichael, about an 8.2.
That's about how long it takes to get through that long whoop section. And just as he's exiting it,
here's Pingree, 57 in 3rd.
Yeah, Ricky's starting to enter it, and Ricky is not gaining anywhere. If Kevin were to make a mistake out front, or the lappers were to really play a major role, he'd have a chance. But the way things look right now, I think Kevin's in control.
Dowd, Decker, and Sheik behind him. Here out in front as we check the lap time. What do you suspect it might be?
Well, depending, this lap isn't one of the
lappers,
yeah, this is not one of his faster laps. I'm going to guess about 102, because he's been running a minute flat, pretty consistent during the day when he's on.
Kevin Windham, can he hold it together, or can Ricky Carmichael get his technique back?
Actually, Carmichael had just closed a little bit there, and then he made a big mistake again. So he's trying everything he can to close that gap, but he's taking those chances.
He's taken it down to a 7-second lead, and there you go. You almost hit it on the head.
Well, he's a little quicker than I thought.
101.8 the lap time for Kevin Windham, who knows that Carmichael could catch up.
He's got to try to get out and hide, and if you're in 2nd place and you can't see the leader, and the differential is staying the same, or it's getting bigger, at some point you just go, well, 2nd's good enough. You look over your shoulder, you see it's a mile back there, and I don't know Ricky good enough yet to know if that's what's happening in his head, but if Kevin maintains this lead, I'm sure he'll settle.
You know, you wonder what's going through Chad Watt's mind, the mechanic of number 70, because you really can't do much about it once he's out there on the track. How about it, Davey Coombs?
Look, Chad, it looks like Ricky's not playing on his game, and he's giving him everything. You're going to tell him to go after Windham?
Yeah, and Kevin's riding really exceptionally well right now, and Kevin is definitely doing the job he's got to do, and Ricky is not quite up there right now.
Maybe not the best time to get with them, guys.
He's not up there at all. It's Ricky Carmichael hitting the dust in the whoops here in Las Vegas.
Tangled with a lapper getting through there. It's really tough to maintain a straight line through there. I'm sure it was an accident from both their parts, but Ricky losing a position to his teammate Pingree, and here comes Dowd on the inside.
John Dowd, a strong finisher, known mostly for his longer race kind of techniques rather than a real tight track like this one here in Las Vegas. But he has run an absolute beautiful 3rd place run.
And here's another look at what happened. Corey Keeney, I believe that is 53, may have changed his line just a little bit. It's hard to tell, but Ricky looked like he had a little more head of steam and hit his back tire and high-sided. takes a lot of energy to get up and get going again. And with Dowd breathing down his neck, it's even tougher.
Decker moving up to 5th behind Dowd. Carmichael still in 3rd with Pingree in 2nd place now. Windham won 3 of 4 East-West shootouts last year. Only one chance for a shootout startup this year. Can he hold on to the 125 shootout here in Las Vegas, Nevada? Carmichael goes head over heels. And it's Pingree in 2nd place trying to get through. And Carmichael looks like he might be hurt.
He went down really hard, and now the riders are trying to miss him.
Decker going
He's okay.
by.
That's a good sign, but he's racked himself good. He's given it all he had.
I don't think he's quite sure that he's in Las Vegas right now. Take another look.
Looks like to me he let his front wheel get down in one of those deep holes, started a little bit of a nosedive, and he was riding it out for a couple, then his front wheel ducked down another one, and that was it.
He's trying to get back on the track.
Look at that. Look at his back where the looks like
a tire rubber.
Yeah, the tire may have smeared the printing on his jersey. He's not happy.
So now it's Windham, Pingree, John Dowd, and Craig Decker. Decker putting in one of his finest performances.
Ricky Carmichael is the kind of kid that will understand what he did wrong, and he won't make that mistake again. I feel sorry for everybody next week.
Yes, because in between those 3 wins and 3rd place at Pontiac, he had crashes in 3 races that took him out of the points chase. 2 laps remaining in our 125 shootout. I was talking to Jeff Emig before the race, David, and Jeff thought that this was a very important race for Kevin Windham because he's already proved that he's moving to the 250s with a certain amount of success. But he's the old veteran in the 125s, and psychologically, it was important for his career to win this race.
Well, he's not going to get too many chances, if ever, to race Carmichael again like this. So now it's official. He's beaten him, and Carmichael can say, well, yeah, but I had a bad night, but in the books, it's going to say Kevin won.
Look at here, John Dowd, number 14, and Pingree going at it for 2nd place. Team Yamaha's John Dowd coming back from injury this year. It was the injury that took him out of the battle. He was a contender in the East, and then right before St. Louis went down on a practice track. He missed the last 3 races, right? He won Indianapolis. He won Daytona. He was 2nd as well. The white flag lap.
Crowd starting to react to Kevin. He's already over on the triples. He's coming up to another one. They're waiting for another heel clicker. Yamaha's got to be happy with this evening because Henry making it. Another heel clicker. Henry qualifying in a 4-stroke. First time ever winning his heat race. And now if they keep it upright, they're going to go 1-2 in this shootout.
There's a lot of pride right there. Ali Seavar, Kevin Windham's mechanic. And Kevin taking the slick part rather slow right now.
And he's got a huge lead, and it's his teammate Dowd that has worked his way into 2nd. And Dowd's not off the hook. He's got to still look at Carmichael.
He's in pain, I think. Psychologically, maybe physically.
Well, he knows that...
He is strong-willed. He has so much fire to win.
Yeah, that's not feeling good either because he just watched Windham ride right by and put his hands in the air.
And before lapping Ferry, Windham takes the checkered flag. A brilliant victory for Kevin Windham.
Did what he had to do.
And style paid off here today in the 125 shootout, David Bailey.
He rode the most relaxed, the most